thing.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Why are you pointing at me?
The other thing I
nervous.
found out was that that Uber has never turned a profit.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that
crazy.
fascinating? So why
They're worth $1 trillion.
Right. So this is another thing in the book. What the reason Uber is so big is because venture capitalists keep putting money into Uber, right?
Hey
so it
fans,
keeps growing.
welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there's having a good day and a good weekend. Y'all, we're back. We're back with another reaction. We got a lot of news going on. A lot of, I mean, I ain't gonna say bad news, but stick around for the end. Here, a little housing update. That's just been a headache. But hey, we got a good reaction coming up today. I ain't gonna sit here and talk your guys' ears off. Enough with the chit chat. Let's go and get into the reaction. Enjoy the show.
We even have seasons. Like, this is one I've started to think of. If we didn't have chem and weather taking place every single day, do we even have seasons? The only time we have a season change in Arizona, for example, is they just spray the skies and then it becomes fall or winter. Even when I used to be in Chicago and other places as well too, you see the planes come out, they'd spray, and then all of a sudden it'd be a storm front, and all of a sudden it'd be colder and everything else. So it makes you start to wonder, do seasons actually exist? And since we're all living on islands, if you think about it, like our country is one big island, shouldn't the weather then be kind of like an island? I mean, I've started to think about this. Like, if you think about Hawaii, it's 80 degrees every single day. Well, we're on one big island too. Like, the country is also on one big island. So it kind of makes you start to wonder about things because of how much is being modified. And where did all the regular clouds go? Like, I don't see regular clouds. I don't see puffy, clouds that if you look at them, they look like an elephant and things. Where did those go? Like, where did they just vanish? Like, they just evaporated and they haven't came back?
Uber.
Did they vanish, or did we just quit looking at the skies like we used to when we were kids laying in the grass that these kids nowadays don't do? We used to lay back on our backs and look up at the grass, at the clouds, and, see the clouds moving and whatnot, because there wasn't nothing else to do on a Tuesday on a summer day, right? We weren't inside playing video games. We're outside playing in the heat.
Vamos a iniciar nuestra ceremonia sagrada.
All right, you guys are going to have to read the subtitles. I don't hablo either, so anybody that hablos, you know what's going on, but you guys got to read the subtitles on this clip.
Y vamos a levantar nuestras manos con dirección a donde sale el sol, al oriente. Y levantamos nuestras manos.
Invocamos a los nahuales, a las deidades y a los demás seres y espíritu divino que habita este lugar. Pedimos vida, iluminación y sabiduría para la presidenta constitucional, doctora Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo.
Look at that. Can you imagine? Oof.
You'll see all these $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 houses. Well, here's one. There's one. All right. I want to show you what these son bitches are made out of. You see that? Look at this shit. Hold on. It gets better. Okay. Now, behind all those bricks, right there, there's this. Ain't shit to it. Y'all want y'all's goddamn homes built out of fucking cardboard? 200 G's. 200 G's.
This next clip gets into AI 3D printers building houses, but AI is taking over housing built, but will I be upset that's going to purchase a home that's probably built out of cardboard when these houses, they explain what they're built out of? And they're going to go on strike. Everyone's going to feel sorry for them. It sucks for the workers, but the owners of these construction companies just giving us terrible quality so they can turn a profit.
A 3D printed neighborhood outside Austin, Texas, where 100 homes were built using AI and robotics. It's crazy. They're made by a company called Icon, who's developing sleek, energy-efficient homes that come decked out with solar panels, thick concrete walls, and a pretty gorgeous living space. But the craziest part? They're actually affordable. By using 3D automation, Icon can make these houses faster and cheaper than anyone else. They can print the core structure of a home in 24 hours. And although 3D printing tech has moved slower than we thought, it's finally starting to happen. Because Icon also made the first 3D printed hotel, and another suburban community in Texas is on the way. There's so much more here, but by 3D printing homes, they could actually solve the housing crisis. Think about it. Prices have skyrocketed because of a supply shortage. So by rapidly increasing home production for a fraction of the cost, young people may actually be able to afford a home. And these houses are beautiful. It's a no-brainer. So fire up the 3D printers and let's make this happen everywhere.
One of the things I find most striking is the presence of Antarctica on ancient maps, because we didn't discover it until 1820, and yet it's on maps drawn in the 1500s with great detail. The so-called Pinkerton world map, it just shows a hole where Antarctica is. Because it was an honest map. Nobody had found it by then. But if you go back to, for example, the Wolseymuller world map drawn in 1530 or thereabouts, you find Antarctica is present. Orontius Phineus. Go for Orontius. Oronteus. Phineus. The Orontius Phineus map. That map shows Antarctica exactly where it should be. And it shows it, there we go, right-hand side. There's Antarctica at the tip of South America, just south of South Africa.
And what did they call it back then?
Well, they call it the Southern Land. And it's larger than it is today, but it was larger than it is today during the Ice Age. Antarctica was a much bigger. Now, what the fuck is it doing on a map drawn in the 1500s, which we know was based on older source maps when nobody knew it existed in the 1500s? To me, the obvious answer is we are dealing with the fingerprints of a lost civilization.
Let me tell you this. Bobby Kennedy reached out to the Kamala Harris campaign and said, hey guys, we're actively poisoning our society. Most importantly, about this shouldn't be a political issue. Can I please meet with you? She is bought by food lobbyists. She's bought by war lobbyists, she's bought by abortion lobbyists, and she's bought by food lobbyists, amongst many others. The food lobby gets almost no attention, right? When you think of lobbyists, you probably think of like war lobbyists, right? Or drug company lobbyists. You don't think of lobbyists for Nestle. You don't think of lobbyists for companies that are literally trying to tell your elected leaders, vote no on trying to remove poison from your drinkers. I mean, that is as evil as it gets, right? And I mean, we're talking about Kellogg's cereal, okay? So Kellogg's cereal, which was started in Battle Creek, Michigan, has two different types of cereal. One for the Canadians, which are not colorful dyes, or the ones for Americans that are full of colorful dyes that create attention issues and potentially create autistic type behavior. And they refuse to make the Canadian ingredient profile because the colorful one's better and it sells more and it's more addictive. We as a country are prioritizing making money and profit above the well-being and the health of our. And so Donald Trump has made this a primary focus of his campaign. Bobby Kennedy is a co-chair of the transition team. I think this is non-political. And by the way, you know what's so funny? This used to be a liberal type issue. People on the left used to care about nutrition, health, wellness, vitality, a lot more than conservatives have. And we've seen this inversion. And I'm happy to say that Donald Trump and Bobby Kennedy have this alliance to try to make our country healthy again. I'll make one final thing. We will not heal our divides politically. We will not be able to solve the depression problem, the anxiety problem, the medication problem, if we don't get back to first principles of how we are actively poisoning our metabolic condition on a daily basis.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's the root to everything. It's how we can heal ourselves. It affects absolutely every aspect in our lives. So thank God for Trump and RFK doing that.
Crazy. That ain't a sign of the times. notice how they zoom out? Remember that paraglider that went over and saw writing up there? Ancient writing. They zoom out right before it starts getting focused on that writing. It's crazy though.
Hi guys, there's not really too much to say about this because the picture speaks 1,000 words, but these are being found by embalmers and funeral directors in dead bodies, and they've only been discovered since the rollout of the poke in the arm that we were told was safe and effective, and is maybe not quite so safe and effective. Let me know in the comments what you think this is. Is it any surprise that people are coming down with blood clots, things like that, when these things are in people's bodies? So I'm just here reporting the truth. Make of it what you will.
We know the truth now here. This is graphene oxide. This is the same material they are talking about in Wakanda, the Black Panther. Vibranium really comes from graphene. Graphene and graphite are found in mounds all over America. The mound builders used this material for armor, and they were buried with it in mounds all over this country. So when you think the Wakanda story is just made up, it's just a fictional story, no, your ancestors were really using this nanotechnology in day-to-day life. And today, they are studying it and using it. Graphite, which makes graphene, was found with the mound builders. We know the truth now.
I'll tell it to go on.
This is the video that Bill Gates put together, along with the team, complete with simulated news reports like this. This is really what they're preparing for us. This video is called Get Ready. Watch. Catastrophic contagion, a global challenge. Breaking news.
Two Latin American countries alerted the WHO of several outbreaks of a new infectious disease that's mysteriously appearing across the region. Severe epidemic enterovirus respiratory syndrome 2025.
Oh, so that's the name, guys. Just write this down. That'll be the name of it, okay? It's SEERS. It's going to be called the Severe Epidemic Enterovirus Respiratory Syndrome, and 2025 is when we'll see it, okay? Now, it says at the bottom this is a fictional scenario, but come on.
It'd be crazy if FEMA was building, well, allegedly FEMA, we're not sure who's building these things, but let me just show you. You can see these pictures above my head, tornado shelters. These are located in North Carolina. They were sent to me by a resident. Apparently they are blocked off now. You cannot see these anymore because of a protective fence. Yeah, I'm wondering, what is this? Is this something that you guys have seen cropping up? I'm talking to everyone in America. Have you guys seen similar shelters like this? It's the first time I've seen them. It looks like a whole little compound in there. Maybe it's just preventative, preemptive. Certainly possible. I don't know. This is a weird one. You can see the location here and even a video that was sent to me showing, you know, the site before they fenced it off. Let me know what you guys think of this. Is this sus, or is this, you know, just them doing their jobs. I'm seriously asking. But I'll tell you this. I can tell you this. The local who sent it to me certainly thought it was a little bit sus, especially because apparently there may be some Ukrainian connection, but I've been unable to establish that. So let me know what you guys think.
Too.
Peace.
Oh, that's gone. And I'm, you know, I'd like to believe that at some point you have to stop pretending that yeah, you're right. Maybe we're not just as strong, you mean? Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think I'm gonna see next week. So I mean, we have time, but I'm going in and out of places, but not everyone has time. So that is a video of former President Obama talking to President Biden at Ethel Kennedy's funeral. It has over 6 million views already. There's a lot of requests for lip readers. If you're new here, I'm Nina. I'm a lip reader. Please don't take this lip read for 100% truth. There's no way for me to know 100% that that is truthfully what's being said. Therefore, this is alleged. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. I got a little nervous when I was lip reading that video because I started worrying, what if they're talking about Obama's health? They could be talking about the election, but for me, it made sense. The context, they're at a funeral, they're getting older. I'm gonna cry. I don't know what it is about just getting older, the mortality of it all, and like, just you can't do anything about it. Literally makes me cry thinking about my parents getting older. I don't know. I could be so wrong. What do you guys think?
I think you're wrong. I think they were talking about the election. Just don't pay attention to what she was talking right there, but just pay attention to the lip reading. They sound nervous. They sound scared.
So everybody's talking about Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. Well, what about Hurricane Kirk? Did y'all forget about Hurricane Kirk? Do y'all see the damage that it did to France?
Looks fake.
Right? The whole west of Europe. There's so much water there, y'all. The cars are inundated. They're flooded. And their electrical system is literally cooked. They're all malfunctioning. Crazy, y'all. All these hurricanes.
Waters from the remains of Hurricane Kirk have submerged streets near Paris. Firefighters have evacuated residents in the Crécy-le-Chapelle area using inflatable boats.
These aerial views really show you the damage, y'all. That's crazy. Man, it's like we're watching a movie, y'all. Look at this shit, y'all. It's like all the movies that we were watching in the movie theaters is coming a reality. Like everything that we've been seeing is becoming a reality, right? That's crazy. Look at this. Look at all this water, y'all. It's crazy how we're literally living our own movie. We've been watching ourselves in the movie theater thinking it's not us, and now it's really happening. This shit crazy, huh? Look at that. But yeah, this is where Hurricane Kirk went, y'all. Portugal, France, Spain, they all got it. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
Like the Olympics came, sucked all the energy and positivity out of that town, used it, washed it away. That's the vibe I got from watching that clip.
In Mexico, it's illegal to spray glyphosate on corn. They just won a huge lawsuit against Roundup. They banned that shit from over there. They don't want glyphosate there because, you know, corn is a huge staple of the Mexican diet. You got your tamales, you got your tacos. They make everything out of corn, you know? So if you guys are going to get tortillas that are nixtamalizada, or get masa que está nixtamalizada. Called nixtamal. It only has like 2 ingredients.
The city of Asheville has known since 2004 that the dam at the North Fork Reservoir was decrepit and inadequate and a lethal danger under flood conditions. They had 20 years to fix it. When the moment of the test arrived, they told us that they had no choice but to open the floodgates and let the water sweep away lives and homes and futures in the Swannanoa River Valley. We're hungry and thirsty and filthy and in the dark amongst the wreckage of our homes and our lives. And the best the government can do is send badge-toting gun thugs from as far away as Louisiana and Texas to keep hungry people away from food and thirsty people away from water, because we are not their priority. Their priority is the protection of wealth and the defense of corporate profits. If we were a bank, they would have saved us. If we were some country that they wanted to occupy, they would have already done something. We demand full federal relief, real federal relief. We demand unemployment. We demand medical coverage. We demand our houses be fixed. It's our own money. We should be ticked off. We should demand from the federal government, what have you done with my money? We should be angry. And if you're angry like me, you need to get together with other angry people and organize so that we can move to a real system, not a system that profits off of our suffering like capitalism.
Okay, so it looks like it is actually happening. North Korea is reportedly about to send 12,000 troops to Russia to fight on the front lines. And that's according to South Korea's spy agency, who labeled it as a grave security threat. Now, the reason that this is being treated as such a big deal is because up until this point, officially, both Russia and Ukraine have only received weapons from their respective allies. And this deployment from North Korea would mark the first time that a third country is directly getting involved in the conflict with actual troops. And that's a move that Zelensky called the first step to a world war.
I don't know about y'all, but did y'all see what's going on in Cuba? You really telling me 10 million people is without electricity? What? The president wrote on X, "We are giving this our absolute priority." I would hope you are. They've been having power outages that last for up to 12 hours with no power. Really? Like, we going back to back 12 hours? Come on, y'all. We got to get this together. And guess who they're blaming? Yep, you guessed it. The U.S. Crazy. Facts.
Hey y'all, another 15-second news. The entire country of Cuba is without power as their power grid fails, and they are blaming the United States. A power plant in Havana has failed, leaving the entire country without power. Have a great weekend.
Do you guys ever think like the whole world is just going to turn against us for the dirt we've done? Even to their own people, the dirt they've done. Not saying the whole world also. I don't know. That leave the world behind. I'm gonna have to go rewatch that.
So, this Bible was found after the flood from Hurricane Helene.
On this fence post.
And it is on Revelation 14 and 15.
All the things destroyed, that was left open. And it's sitting there and we're not touching it, so.
This house was buried and flooded all the way to the roof originally. The man that lived here had to be rescued off of the roof by a raft. And they were just emptying it, just demoing the entire house. And this Bible is found on a pole open to Revelation.
When you see it, let me know in the comments. Look in the background right here in 1 second and let me know what you see. This kind of stuff is literally ingrained into all of our mass media. Did you see it? I'll let you see it one more time, and if you don't see it, I'll show you what it is.
And she says she still has her eye on higher office. You're not rolling it out.
Going right into your subliminal mind. What's that? What's that? What's that? Why is there 3 of them? Blowing up for you if you still don't see it. Satanism itself is ingrained into every single aspect of life. Like really, what is the need for this exact shape if it's not this?
Crazy.
By the way, bonus, it's weird how the White House is red right as. We have North Korea literally sending their troops to aid Russia in what Russia's doing up there, if you get what I'm saying. TikTok, Facebook, this is just the news. Nothing more, nothing less. And we are literally just 18 days away from the craziest election that we're ever going to witness. Maybe the last election.
Did y'all hear that Texas is closing down 51 Walmarts in their state? Now, someone in Texas sent me this and they told me they just shut down her neighborhood Walmart around her area. So, is anybody else experiencing this in Texas? What's going on, Texas?
Hey, y'all, guess what? I just got a message across my phone says that 51 stores in Texas, Walmarts, are closing. I didn't get the date. It just went across my phone. 51 stores, they all closing on the same day. What's going on in Texas? That don't sound right.
So it looks like Walmart is closing down 51 of its stores across a lot of different states, including Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, and Illinois. So I don't know if every state is closing down 51 of its stores or if it's 51 collectively throughout all these states. I don't know what's going on, y'all, but did y'all know this is going on? Texas, like Florida, I didn't even hear about this in Florida, but the person said they just shut down her neighborhood Walmart. So if anybody knows what's going on, please let us know, y'all. But yes, y'all, we told y'all it's only getting a lot more interesting. Let's continue to get this shift. Peace in.
Y'all, look how big it is. I have never seen the moon this big in my entire.
It's not about money.
You think it's more than money? Because everything you're saying is
100%. I think there is an agenda.
It's for the dollar. It's not to really control.
Nope. You're trying to tell me when you and I don't know how old you are, but we gotta be around the same age, graduated high school, there were this many trans.
Yes. It's just now that there's an opportunity for them to be expressive and they're in a safe space now, because now they were probably struggling a little bit more, but the community has always been
That's an agenda. Hollywood is
about money.
How is it plausible that everything Hollywood promotes is antithetical to the Bible? I mean, there's gotta be like just one thing that they were like, yeah, that part's true. No, it's like they're anti-marriage, they're anti-life, they're pro-transgendered. Literally, it's like someone read the Bible and then said it upside down, and they go, that's Hollywood.
But this is my thing.
If you are, say something biblical, or you are faithful in Hollywood, you'd be the first person to get canceled.
See, I disagree. If somebody taught me this, you can find the devil in anything, but you can see God in everything.
Show me God in Hollywood, please.
What I'm about to show you is insane. This is a video from the Graham Norton show when Liam Payne had an interview and he started talking about P. Diddy and Jay-Z. Now, specifically in this video, there is something going on that's suspicious with the hosts of the show, especially when he mentions Jay-Z. Watch their hands. Their hand movements are to the second exactly the same. There's almost a tap on the leg to Graham Norton, and then their hands are put together, put on their laps. It's just strange. Watch this.
Sat there just looking in P. Diddy's eyes like, when is this going to end? and then the worst of it happened. The worst of it happened. There was a whole thing with Jay-Z and I went to lean in to speak to him. But you can't lean in to speak to Jay-Z. You're not allowed to lean in. And his bodyguard just like shoved me like this, and I went flying in. And his bodyguard just like shoved me like this, and I went flying.
As soon as he mentioned Jay-Z, they did that. They looked away, they put their hands together and put it in their lap. That's weird. Am I the only one? Surely not. Can you see it? And what's even weirder is the fact that this video I just showed you resurfaced 12 hours before Liam Payne passed away. Pretty convenient, right?
Wait. Now, I don't know what the hand signals, if those meant anything, but they did look very, very uncomfortable. Their body language, they looked uncomfortable.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Why
are you pointing at me?
The other thing I found out was that, you know that Uber has never turned a profit?
What?
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that
crazy.
fascinating? So why
They're worth $1 trillion.
Right. So this is another thing in the book. The reason Uber is so big is because venture capitalists keep putting money into Uber, right? So it keeps growing. So the stock keeps rising, right? Now, why are they doing that? The reason they don't make money is because of drivers, and they have, there's all kinds of benefits and insurance. They're waiting. Investors are waiting for cars to become autonomous where they don't need a driver. So Uber's going to have like computer-driven cars. That might take 10 years, but then you get all your money back.
Who's gonna fucking trust that? They posted a net loss of $9 billion.
How about that?
Oh my God.
This is going on all the time.
Look at this. In 2021, Uber posted a lower net loss of $496 million. Hey guys, good news. We only lost $496 million this year. Primarily thanks to the business divestitures of various assets throughout its history. On an annual basis, Uber has never made a profit.
How about that?
Wow. That's so weird. I would imagine it's one of the most successful companies that everybody's Ubering.
And this is the problem with our business system and our marketplace, is because in a lot of ways it's fixed.
Oh, they had one profitable year in 2018.
Yeah.
Okay. But look at that. Go back to that. Over the next 3 years, it's lost $15.6 billion.
Would you ever have thought of that? No.
No.
Oh, but it cut its losses to $400 million in 2021.
So what the reason that
So
the
they made a
company
little
keeps
money.
growing is venture capitalists keep putting money into it. And if you keep putting money into it, you can expand its value.
And they're doing it because they believe in autonomous cars?
Yes.
Like, one
Now
day
here's
that'll spin.
here's another thing. So why in New York City there are buildings, high-end buildings that they build, right? Like where the apartments go for $5 million, $10 million, $20 million, $50 million, right? They're 80% empty. Do you know why they're 80% empty? And why there's so much real estate in this country with high end that's totally empty? Because people from China, Russia, South America who are doing nefarious stuff, they'll buy an apartment, they'll buy a flat in London for $140 million. You go, what, $140 million? Who would ever live there? They don't live there. They don't rent it either, because then they can't call it as an asset.
Investment.
Now what you do is this: you take that $140 million flat and you borrow against it. You borrow against it. So now you take that money and you put it in the stock market, and that's how you wash your money, baby.
Whoa.
Yes. So now in the government,
That's how
they're
you wash your money.
yes,
Oh.
but it fucks everybody
Ryan's in the
else
dark
up in the
arts.
I
You
know.
are in the dark
That's from
arts.
this book. From a hacker's mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What a dirty business.
Brian Callen.
Business, right? All you Uber drivers, Spark drivers, Door Dashers, it's coming to an end soon. You know, I'm almost out of it. But those type of jobs, you got to make sure you got an outing. You know, you got to make sure I'm doing this because I'm working on this. You can't just say I'm doing this and this is it forever, because it ain't going to be around forever.
Who were really the powerful people? Was it the director of CIA? Was it FBI? Was it the big pharma? Was it military industrial complex guys that are General Dynamics? Who were the people that are like, oh, I got you. You have, I never thought you had power. Who actually has
The
power?
most powerful person by far, the president. Power over everybody. Power. The power is enormous.
Most people don't believe that.
It is. But there is a sort of a deep state. And a lot of that's people that have been there. And then there's some bad guys, there's some bad people. Then there's a radical left, which I think are more dangerous in many ways than the other countries. I really do. You know, guys like Shifty Adam Schiff and other people. They're bad people. They're sort of sick people, not stupid people either, by the way.
No, what I'm saying is, who is their boss? Who calls them and say, you better or else?
I think it's an amorphous group. It's a group. It's not one person. It's an amorphous group of lunatics.
Because I don't need a camera inside watching me at all times. I don't care.
Anyone going to tell him? All right, I guess I will. You may not care about the camera inside the Tesla watching you at all times, but somebody else cares. And this is one of many reasons why you cannot pay me enough money to drive a Tesla. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious going on with the guy who wears a Baphomet costume with a upside down cross, who is head over the company Starlink that is covering the world with satellites, while every single car that he produces has multiple cameras that look at you, while at the same time he wants to implant a chip into your brain that is connected to artificial intelligence.
The artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Doesn't work out.
I wonder if it's just a coincidence how Satan is referred to as the prince of the power of the air. I mean, that is the realm where all this technology inhabits. And in my personal opinion, this is the stage being set for the Antichrist beast system for the prison planet, where the Antichrist will be able to mimic God's omnipresence through technology.
You got enough money, you can do whatever the heck you want. You can send satellites to space. You don't got to get clearance from the government, from NASA. This guy wants to send off a rocket into space. We're doing it tomorrow. Let's do it. There it goes. It's so crazy that what money does.
Oh, that's something I brought for Portia.
She's not here.
No, but you was going to give it to her as a gift.
All right, and I'll say it's mine?
Yeah.
Okay. That's sweet. Well, what about for me? Aw, look at that. That's so sweet. Thank you. How come it's for Portia and not me?
Because you're going to have her wear it. And,
All right.
We go so far back. Don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear T-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right. Let's...
I mean...
You hold that.
Okay.
All right.
I think that'll take two if the joke didn't work. I
it's
don't
okay.
want no problems.
No, it's okay.
Hey, so, cheers.
The World Cup and the Euro Cup, they're all big harvesting exercises. All sport is fixed.
Yeah.
Every single sport is fixed on every level. They would never allow it to be, because they are fear-based, parasitic mentality. They will not allow two teams or two people or two fighters to go at it unless they controlled both of them under any circumstance. It's been going on too long now. It's really been going on so long that people are not realizing it's so in your face. It's so clearly in your face, and that people are still not realizing that it's going on. Becoming acceptable on television, that they're inverting sexuality, that they're emasculating men, that they're masculizing females. I mean, it's so blatantly obvious, and it disgusts me that people are still not paying attention to it.
Her real last name, she won't use it during this campaign because it would throw off a whole bunch of voters that are of color and all like that. She won't use her last name that she's married into or whatever. It's hard for me to support any fake shit. Somebody said, Corey, she's doing that so she can get her hustle on. You get what I'm saying? But I'm like, it's hard for me to support fake shit. I've made mistakes and supported fake shit, but I always feel bad doing it.
So you think Trump ain't fake?
Yeah, I'm not somebody who's saying go out and vote for Trump, but if somebody forced me to speak up for somebody, I'll speak more for the bigot to show you who he is than the girl who a bigot and don't want nobody to know it.
And then in 1993, he and Clive Davis founded Bad Boy Records. Clive Davis, how do you describe Clive Davis? There's an infomercial about him now, which is a document. It's been called a documentary. And it makes him look like this benign octogenarian that's helped all these rock stars with their careers. But people in the music industry really don't like Clive Davis, most of them. And his criminals are digging into him, and they came across all these shows. And informant for the FBI or...
For what? What would they be collecting?
What paper is that? What's the date on it and what's it say?
Los Angeles Times, February 26, 2000. O.J. Simpson sues for Brown's telephone records. The former athlete claims GTA's data on calls can prove he didn't murder.
The call that her mother made. The federal judge put on a lock and key for 75 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't look good. All right, family. There you have today's reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Didn't do too much talking today. Let the video do the talking for itself. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Little house update going on. We were supposed to close Friday. Didn't happen. Not looking like it's going to happen Monday. We're hoping Tuesday. So reactions coming up. I know I missed Friday. It was such a hectic day. I didn't have time to get in here. So I'm going to make sure these next couple days I get Tuesday done for sure. That way we have an upload for Tuesday. Wednesday, hopefully the internet is hooked up at the new house and we're back to regular scheduled. And I get back on that mountain and get this mind sharp because this mind has been foggy for the year and a half I've been here, y'all, but we're going to get back at it. But anyways, y'all, hope you guys have a good weekend. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the Man Cave. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow on Sunday. Later.